And another story which definitely bears mentioning, and so on the phone with us this morning from Team 96X is Hannah Shears-Huth. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today?
I am alive and kicking, I tell you.
That a girl.
Amen.
First of all, because we are kind of reintroducing people as we get into the fall and the home stretch for the Great Bermuda Walking Marathon, tell us why it is I guess it would be 7 months ago now or something to that effect. Why is it that you got involved with the Canadian Diabetes Association in this particular event?
Well, I was, of course, listening to you guys, and you were talking about the Bermuda Marathon, and I heard Canadian diabetes, and I was diagnosed with diabetes some years ago, and I just felt it was a great way to support an organization that has supported me all these years, and especially just to give back to the community and also just to get involved.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I love hearing from people who, for whatever reason, they're either personally afflicted, they have family members or friends who are afflicted with the disease, and it's interesting because sometimes you think, well, it's people who have the disease that are raising the money for the disease. But of course, in your case, like you say, you've been supported by the CDA for so long, this was your opportunity to give a bit back.
Yeah, and it was also, for me, a marathon. I mean, I would never consider doing a marathon before. I mean, my mom called me and said, "You're going to do a marathon, but you skipped gym all through high school."
I had to drive you to the 7-Eleven. You couldn't even walk.
For your Slurpee. But the nice thing about this, of course, it's a great way to get into marathons. If you've ever thought about doing one, this is a walking marathon, so it gives you an idea of the distance. Not quite as grueling as running one.
No.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Although I don't know what we're going to do walking for about 7 hours.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
There's
fantastic.
lots to see. There's lots to look at.
Yeah, it will be a long haul, but certainly rewarding in so many aspects.
$5,500 is no small change. How's your fundraising been going?
Oh man, you know, $5,500. When I first heard it, I thought, yeah, that's not a problem. It won't take any time at all. But it takes a lot of work to raise that kind of money and to get people involved, and just even planning events and so on, and I'm about halfway to my fundraising goal.
Is that right?
Yeah, and you're working, all of us are working full-time. We're also training with the running room for the marathon, and then on top of that, we have to fundraise. And so, but you have to fundraise and have all the money so you can train and go to the marathon, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it's been really rewarding working with the team. A lot of us have joined together to, do different fundraising, and we've been doing a lot over the summer. And
well, even the nice folks over at the CDA have learned a lot over the past couple of years. Knowledge, of course, that now they're giving up to the new members of the team in terms of what the best ways are to fundraise. But if Shannon and I have heard that once, we've heard it 8 dozen times. Yeah. $5,500 seems like, hey, I can do that. And a couple months in, you realize how difficult and how much money that is.
Yeah, and especially because there's more than just us that are raising the $5,500. Of course, there's 5 people on our team, but there's also other people that have joined up with the CDA to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, now, having said all that, having reset this and got people reintroduced to the Great Bermuda Walking Marathon, and you as a part of Team 96X, Hannah Huth on the phone, it's all the more impressive as a result of the difficult news that you received very recently. Can you tell us about that?
Well, yeah, I'll kind of backtrack a little. In fall 2003, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was caught in the really very early stages, and I was very lucky, and the doctors were great. I received radiation, and one of my lymph nodes was removed at that point. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, it was a miracle, and by the grace of God, I was in remission by the winter.
And you told us about that in your commitment letter.
Yeah, and everything was good. I had talked to the doctors before I even decided to, send in my commitment letter, and they said this was a great way to, get healthy, get involved, and be involved in something positive. And I went in I'm checked on, my doctors keep a good watch on me, and in July I was in for a checkup, and there were some tests, and cancer was found, unfortunately, back in my lymph nodes under my left arm. I was, luckily enough, I received surgery right away. All my lymph nodes were removed under my left arm, and, there's been some complications after the surgery, and I've had a little bit of struggle. I had to have additional surgery about a week and a half ago, and for a little bit of a cleanup, but it looks like now I'm safe, I'm in the clear, I'm in recovery mode now, concentrate on building back my strength, and really just continuing training for the marathon as much as I can at this point. I'm really determined to not only beat the cancer, but to raise the $5,500 for Team Diabetes, and also just to finish this journey. It's been such a journey for me, and for me to even be able to cross that finish line in November will be so emotional. And just a huge victory in the end. So, it's been a little bit difficult for me over the last month and a half to be involved in some fundraising events for obvious reasons. I've been, put on bed rest and so on, but, I'm very determined to go there and do this.
We've heard some incredible stories over the past 3 years, but perhaps none quite so inspiring as yours.
Yeah.
Life has dealt you a rotten hand, girl. A rotten hand, but listen to you. You couldn't be more upbeat and inspiring to the rest of us that this is the hand you've been dealt, and damn it, you're going to get to Bermuda, you're going to raise the money, and you're going to walk the marathon.
Well, I didn't have a choice when I was diagnosed with diabetes, and I didn't have a choice when I was diagnosed with cancer, but I had a choice on how I dealt with it. Mm-hmm. And this is how I choose to deal with it. That's the choice I had, and, I have some amazing family and amazing friends, and my work is very supportive with ICON, and so I'm very lucky in the end, and they caught this in really early stages, so it's an amazing experience, and